important for you to be here tonight?
The ASF has generously donating to us on behalf of this wonderful premiere, and so that's why I'm here to get the big check.
And also, of course, with the documentary focusing on young farmers, what do you hope to learn from the documentary? Is there anything you want to take from it?
Well, I'm always interested in how farmers are doing, because without farmers we don't have any food, and the food bank, like every retailer, is dependent on how farmers do. So I'm hoping to learn what's happening in the farm world.
Do you have any questions yourself? I don't know if you have a farming background or not, but do you have any questions yourself about farming or where our food comes from?
No, I'm not a farmer. I'm a gardener, though.
That's good. I see a lot of community gardens even popping up everywhere.
Yes, and I've grown food, and I have a lot of farmers in my family, so I understand the heartbreak of farming and the dependence on weather and what are out of farmers' hands. So I'm interested in learning if there's anything that, how farmers can help protect their own crops.
In fact, one of the farmers that was supposed to be here tonight, I think his crop was devastated by hail out in the Midwest, so he couldn't be here tonight.
Oh my gosh, those kinds of things that, the heartbreak of farming, that's very sad. Sorry.
Well, thank you for coming by and enjoy the documentary.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to introduce yourself? Who do we have here?
Yeah, I'm Peter Werbicke. I'm the president and CEO for the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina.
Peter, thanks so much for coming out today. Why exactly? I know because of the donations through BASF to the food bank for this documentary, but what do you hope to learn about farmland?
Well, I think like many of us, we're sort of take things for granted, wonder how much we all really know about what it takes to get food on the table. We're very much an organisation about getting food on the table, but the trials and tribulations, the new processes and systems, the environment, I'm interested, to learn and gain a greater insight and awareness.
Do you think the general public has a lot of misconceptions about farmers and farming these days?
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Again, I think, how many of us, take for granted the food that we go to the stores to pull out. Again, not so much in our world with our clients who are going hungry, but certainly, it's so accessible. But again, what it actually takes to get that on the table. Again, my little education about farmers, they seem to have so many unknowns, and the risk that they take. So I think, again, the more education and awareness about that, the greater.
Well, thanks so much for coming. We appreciate you being here tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for the
invite. Okay, and who do we have here?
Carter Crane. I'm the Food Resources Manager for the Food Bank here in Raleigh.
I see. And what do you hope to see tonight in Farmland? What are you excited about?
Well, I work with a lot of farmers just in donating to the food bank and things like that. So I'm just hoping to learn more about what they do and what makes it hard for them, what's easy for them. Try to learn more so we can serve them better.
Do you think the general public as a whole maybe has a lot of either misinformation or a misconception about farmers and where our food comes from these days?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people don't know how food grows, or they just go to the grocery store and there it is. I think we all kind of were raised that way. My grandfather was a farmer, so I do know a little bit about the hardships and praying for rain and it not coming ever at the right time or whatever, but I think a lot of people weren't necessarily exposed like that.
That's true. A lot of people have a lot of questions about this. And why do you think it is important for people to learn more about farming?
I think the more we can know about where our food comes from, the better informed we can be about our food choices and what we're eating. We all want to eat healthier and look better or whatever, be healthier when we get older, and that, a lot of that we need to be eating better, and to do that, learning where it comes from. Know your farmer, know your food. That's what they say, right?
Yeah. Exactly. I love those bumper stickers, that say they're the best. And so many people these days, we're losing farmers at a pretty significant rate. And of course, we need even more food, but we have fewer farmers. So it's getting to be a real problem. And I think a film like this could be a real eye-opener for some people, what they go through, their trials and tribulations, and just how hard it is. I hope it doesn't scare people off, but just exactly what they're facing.
I think just the fact that there's an opportunity there. We need to grow more food. We've got more population. We see it from more people in need, but the farmers need to help us feed the earth, really, or at least, the United States. And so I think the more people that can get into it. Met a guy last week who was retired from IBM early to take over his uncle's farm. Kind of a neat story. I think there's stories like that popping up, and I'm excited to see all these young farmers, in their 20s, trying to make it work. I think it's just great.
From IBM out to the farm.
Absolutely. Can't beat that, right?
Very interesting, Carter. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy it.